And welcome back to the workshop. I've got a right bastard here for you to pick. This lock, this Corbin Rust one, has been in my naughty bucket for a very, very long time. I believe it's been in there ever since my second or so trade with West Coast Picks. But I want to try to evict it today. Mr. Clean. Let's see what this bald-headed bastard's got in it. All right. I've picked it off camera many times, and hopefully I'm not foreshadowing, but every time I've tried to pick it on camera, it calls me a liar and says, no, not going to happen. So, well, we're going to see if I can't not make a liar out of myself with it and get it picked on camera finally. I've picked it maybe about a half dozen times, and I can tell you guys, this thing is chock full of T-pins. All right, I'm going to use my 20,000 Sparrows reach and pick from this ledge and go to the back of the lock. There's a click out of the back. And now I'm just looking for my next clickers. That was pin 3. Back to the front, nothing on 1. That was pin 2. And when I have a lock that I'm pretty darn sure, or I know there's a lot of T-pins, you'll see me do this bouncing thing a lot. Trying to bounce T-pins into position is what I'm doing with that. Alright, like I said, I'm just bouncing on these pins, trying to drive them up until I can get to a good strong false set. That was a good click from 1. Okay, purposely try to drop a few pins. That was a couple of nice clicks. Okay, a couple more. Okay, I'm starting to get into some false sets. That's telling me that in this lock at least, I'm getting down to where all the T-pins are. So I want to start doing some bouncing around. Excuse me, coughing, guys. I got a little bit of a sore throat right now, so. Okay, I'm going to switch up to a little bit deeper hook. See if I can figure out what's going on in the back of this lock. Maybe I do have a spool right here. Kind of feels like one. So let's go ahead and pretend it is. Then we can pretend that I overset something, right? Just got a little click at it too, and it turned it a little tiny bit. Whatever was going on with that pin is it's back down now. But so was the pin behind it. Okay, that just deepened up my false set a little bit. Okay, back to the deeper hook. Okay, that deepened me up even more, and even more. Even more. This thing must be full of those wedding cake T-pins. And we're open. Oh, and another camera shy lock bites the dust. It's not as camera shy as another one of his that I've had. It's that I just tried to pick on camera a few minutes ago. This guy called the Wraith. Yeah, I just spent 40 minutes trying to get him on camera after picking him, oh well, all evening last night off camera. It just wasn't going to happen today. Glad this one played along though. Nice fight. Hell of a good fight. So this one's going to get gutted right here on camera, so I could finally get this one out of my box. He's been there for, geez, about a year or so, maybe. I can't really place the date of when my last trade with West Coast Picks was, or my second trade. But Harley, this lock was a beast, and it took me a long time to get it figured out. And I'll be sending it on off to the next victim, whoever's my next trade. Speaking of trades, guys, I am kind of hurting for challenge locks. I've been digging in my naughty bucket because that's about all I've got left. So if you do want to trade with me, I've got plenty of locks made. I'm not making as many more challenge locks these days, but I am making picks. So I can trade some picks instead of challenge locks, or challenge locks if you like. Just let me know whenever you email me, and my email address is right there. Right there. So let me know. I am hurting for locks. Another thing I'm hurting for is subs. Because basically YouTube's going to take away my monetization status. And that means once they do that, I won't be able to afford to do many giveaways. So I got to get up to 1,000 subscribers in that point. Go YouTube, making it hard for the little guys, because all the big guys complained that their revenue was getting slashed by the little guys. All right, so nothing done to this plug. So it is all standard. I do have one interesting key pin here. And I did use the wrong size follower there too. Luckily, it still worked out for us. Okay, and what did I say about wedding cakes? This is going to be plumb full of them. T-pin after T-pin after T-pin after T-pin. If I was a drinking man, this would have driven me to it. Man, look how many steps on that wedding cake on 6. Holy cow. I'm not going to pull the springs out. They're all looking like they're in pretty much the same position, so they might all be the same. All right, so let's go ahead and zoom in and show you what West Coast Picks stuck in Mr. Clean. It's been sitting in my naughty bucket for about a year. All right, I've got a serrated here in one. Come on, focus. There we go. A little grainy on the screen there. I don't know what it looks like for you guys, but on the phone it's a little grainy. Then I've got another. Let's just go ahead and bring it up here. Come on, focus. Focus. You silly thing. Okay, there we go. Beautiful spooled wedding cake pin. And I definitely felt plenty of these in this lock. This is actually a pin and pin. At least I think it is. That looks like it's going to be a pin and pin. Nope, that is not a pin and pin. That is surprising. Standard down below. And I got another serrated. This one is a pin and pin. Look how nasty this sucker is. It's a pin and pin serrated. Did I just see that spin that way? Yeah. Look at that collar down at the bottom. How it steps down just like a wedding cake. Pretty nasty. And then another serrated spool with a T-pin on the bottom. And then another serrated. And actually, I didn't show you the key pin on this one. It has a little serration at the bottom and top. So a little serration out at the bottom and serrations at the top. Then I've got a nasty little pin and pin here for the key pin on 5. A serrated above it. A serrated key pin. And 6 is the nastiest, meanest, evilest looking pin and pin wedding cake I've ever seen. Look how many step downs is on that sucker. 1, 2, 3, 4 step downs. Wow. And plus it's a pin and pin on top of that. Great work on those pins, Harley. I really appreciate it. So, fantastic lock. Thanks for sending it to me. I always appreciate everything you do for the channel, Harley, and for everybody else in the Locksport community for that matter. So everyone, please stay safe. Don't do anything illegal. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, if you see a lock out there in the wild and it's not yours, don't stick a pick in it.